Hi, it's Sherry, and I'm Canadian made, and I'm here today to talk to you about another Canadian product. As you know, if you're a subscriber of my channel, I talk about all sorts of things Canadian, whether it be Canadian made products, Canadian YouTubers, Canadian authors, Canadian singers and songwriters. So today I'm going to be talking about a brand new product I found, and it's called Glamrdip. And this is a company that's based out of Toronto. In 2020, when we're all sitting around with not much to do, looking at our nails in disgust because they look so bad, this company was on its way to developing a product that we could use at home. It's a great money savings over having your nails done at the salon, and you can do it at home, so it's very convenient. But they went beyond that. As you can see here, it says, I don't know if you can see that, it says, I'm made from 100% recyclable material. So again, as in always, this video is not sponsored by Glamrdip. I did not receive any items or anything from them. I'm getting no compensation. I'm just promoting another Canadian product. So this is a Christmas present actually that I bought for myself, and this is the kit that it initially comes with. You have your bond, your base, your seal, your glow, your heal. These are 4 different colors of dips, and you have a brush, a cuticle pusher, and some nail files, and it even comes with some replacement brushes for the bottles themselves. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so this is what your kit comes like, and in it you have 2 nail files. You have one that's a grit 240 and one that's a grit 180, and the instructions tell you to start out with the grit 180. So that's what I'm going to do. As you can tell, I'm not a professional. I have only used this kit twice before. If you're looking for a more how-to do video, just check online. There's lots of them available. So the only thing that I'm going to be using today that wasn't part of the kit is just a plain old regular coffee filter. And I'm just going to be using that to, because my kit is new, you'll see when I notice, or when I dip my nails into the dip powder, it kind of gets all over because they're very full. So basically here what I'm doing is I'm just roughing up the surface of my nails a little bit in order for the products to adhere to them. And if you've gone and had your nails done, you're very familiar with the filing process. And then you may want to do any kind of shaping that you need to do. Today I'm not going to be adding tips onto my nails. We are in the middle of renovating a house, and so I don't want to have extra length on my nails. But Glamrdip absolutely has them on their website for sale, and they have different kinds. You can get square tips or round tips, or I think they call them stiletto tips. all those are available for you. So I'm just shaping them just a little bit, make them look a little bit better shape on them. And then of course they give you this little tool as well, and this is used for pushing back your cuticles. It's really important to make sure these are pressed back, because when you put the layers on, you don't want the liquid to touch your cuticles. So it's very important to push them back out of the way. And might be interested too to know that Glamrdip is not only environmentally conscious, but they're very healthy conscious as well. Their products are made with very healthy ingredients in mind. So you're not only making your nails look pretty, but you know, you're helping to keep them healthy as well. And in my personal case, my nails are so weak that they break and crack, and they'll actually bend right back and break. And that can be extremely painful, as well as when sometimes it can crack below the nail and tear the skin. And anybody that has had that happen know that it's no fun, and that it's a little bit painful. So I do this more for that reason than aesthetics, I guess. Okay, so now in their instruction guide that comes with it, they actually give you step-by-step directions, and so that's all I'm doing today. Is I'm just simply you know, following their guidelines. So we're going to start out with the Bond. Well, it's not really a polish, it's more of a cleanser or a primer. Basically used just to get your nail prepared. And it takes off all that dust and things from the filing. And before I started, I did wash my hands, make sure they were nice and clean, and that I dried them thoroughly before I started. That's important because you don't want any oil or anything like that getting in the way of making your nails beautiful. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is not really a how to do video, other than, you know, I'm not very experienced doing my nails. It's not something I've ever really done a lot of, but it is kind of the in thing right now, and so I wanted to do something with my nails. But I find that when I go to a salon and have it done, my nails get so damaged. Like when those acrylic nails come off, my nails are just even thinner and weaker than they were before. And yeah, it's not good. So this is a way that I can do my nails, have them nice, and without having to go to a salon and do them. Okay, so after the bond, then you're going to want to do a base. And the base is kind of a glue or an adhesive level. And because it is, sometimes this top gets sticky, and you can see the top of my bottle has some buildup already. But the company's actually even accounted for that and given you some extra brushes in your kit, and as well as has a troubleshooting guide in the back of the book to tell you how to clean these up. Now, what's really important here is that you want to start about 3/4 of the way down to your cuticle. Remember I said you don't want to get any on your cuticle? So you want to do the top of your nail first and then push it down just a little bit, but you just want to make sure that you don't actually get any on your cuticle itself. And what I like about this is that you don't have to worry about dipping each one. You can do all 5 nails, or I do all 5 nails on one hand and then dip them, and then I start on the other nail, or the other hand of nails. Now, when you get this kit, you can actually choose your colors. So these are the 4 colors that I chose when I purchased my kit, and they have a ton of different colors. So I'm just going to dip my nails in. And now you see why I have the coffee filter underneath me, because I'm making a mess. And I'm just dipping them again, just making sure that I have all of the adhesive covered. Now, what I like to do first is just clap my hands a little bit. That'll take a lot of the excess off to start with, because you want to make sure that it's really dry before you use the brush. So here I'm going to bring out the brush. And you can use it just to brush off any excess. But you want to give it that minute or 2 to start with, just to make sure that your nails aren't still wet. Now, as you can see, I haven't done a perfect job. So there's some places that aren't covered. But that's okay, because we can fix that later. Okay?
One hour later.
Camera turned off on me there, so I guess you probably missed me doing this hand, but it's the same as the last hand, and we're actually going to repeat it, so it's fine. And I'm gonna give that a minute to just dry. Okay, now here is where you would use your clear dip if you have that. It didn't come in my starter kit and I didn't really know that I needed it, but it's definitely an investment in my future that I'll make. So this is where you would do the clear if you have the clear. I don't, so I'm just gonna go in and do another layer with my base. This time I'm going to make sure that I get any spots on my nails that I missed the last time. So any sides or edges. So for this one, for example, I see I've missed over here in this corner. So I'm gonna make sure I get some extra on there and this corner as well. This one looks like I did a pretty good job of. No, I missed a little bit over here. Okay, and we're going to do that same step one more time. Now these steps might be a little bit different if you actually had like the clear dip and the clear polish, but like I said, I'm just using what I got in the opening package. Now this time you want to make sure you go down a little bit further. Not all the way onto your cuticle, but you're going to fill in that space between the 75% and the 100% of what you missed the first two times. My pinky looks a bit messy there, and my thumb too, but as you'll see, it'll all work out. First time I did this, I got really frustrated, thinking it was going to look like that, but don't fret. It'll be all right. I think I watched a YouTube video of somebody else who was doing it, and she was a professional, and she said, don't worry to start with, because if you can buff it out, and most things you can buff out, don't worry about it. I guess it all comes down to how much you want to file your nails, but if you're good with filing, you can fix almost anything. Okay, and a good reason to use a coffee filter to do this is that you can just pick it up and get all that beautiful glittery dip and get it right back in the jar. Of course, I spilt a bunch of it because I'm kind of messy. So obviously you want to make sure that your surface is clean to start with, so you're not putting any foreign things in your dip. But see, I did 3 coats of all my nails, and that's how much dip I used. So it actually turns out to be very little. And if I had the clear, I'd use even less of the color. Okay. So next step is we're going to use the seal. Now what this is going to do is it's going to activate the color on the nails. And you're going to want to leave it for a couple of minutes after you've put it on. The instruction book recommends 2 minutes. I'm going to let that sit and activate for the 2 minutes that it recommends. The one thing that I would say is that these, once you've started doing your nails, it's sometimes hard to get these in and out. So I might start with them all out to begin with. So you can see how I struggle here a little bit to get the glow out because I'm trying to be careful with my nails. So just take that into consideration, that you may want to start with them all out of the box to start with. Okay. Now we're going to grab our Grip 240 file that, like I said before, comes in the kit, and I'm gonna file and buff and shape the nail to exactly how I want them to look. This is probably one of the most important stages because any excess you have or any that you accidentally got on your cuticle or the side of your nail or anything like that can all be fixed during this stage. Now, another important thing is that you don't want to have any paper towel or toilet paper or anything that has any little fibers that can come off, because they will stick to your nails and it will be very difficult to get them off. All right, next we're going to go to the glow level. And you don't have to worry too much if during your filing and buffing that, you know, the sparkle or sheen you had goes away, because this brings it right back. As you can see here, this is a nail that was pretty dull, and this just brings it back to life. It's beautiful. This one too, I had to buff down quite a bit. It's still a little bit messy there, but like I said, not a professional. If you want to see a how-to video, there's lots of them on YouTube using this. The company even has a few that they put out themselves. So there's lots of how-to. I just want to show you product made in Canada that if you're not too nail crazy, you could get away with doing your own nails, make them look beautiful and salon done, yet you've done them yourself at home. Now, after you have this layer put on, you want to let it completely dry, so 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm going to do a second coat of the glow, and as you'll see, you want to make sure that the first layer is completely dry, and this coat here is very sticky. So if you touch it on anything, even against another finger, it's going to stick to it. So you want to be very careful that once you complete this, you let it thoroughly dry before you do anything else. And this is be one of those important times where you don't want to use paper towel or toilet paper or anything that has any lint to it whatsoever. And I don't recommend doing this on your couch, but if you do it on your couch, I often have the coffee filter underneath my nails just so I absolutely don't get any on my couch, because it's sticky and it hardens, and once it hardens, it's not coming off of anything easily. So I just want to read you the introduction in the beginning of the How to Use Dip Perfect system. Glamrdip was started at the beginning of 2020 during the first lockdown, when we were feeling all sorts of creativity and discovered that there was no simple way to keep our nails looking beautiful at home. We were inspired to figure out long-lasting salon quality nail formulas could be brought home for everyday people to use in a way that is simple, health conscious, cost effective, and eco-friendly. By working with some of the very top experts in the nail industry, we spent the next 15 months to perfectly formulate something truly unique and magical. A complete home nail system that can last up to 5 weeks, is packed with Aussie botanical goodness, and can still give you the salon perfect, beautiful look every time. So that's my video for today. My nails aren't perfect, but like I said, I'm not very good at this, and but this is definitely very cost economical, and it's Canadian made. So get out there, shop Canadian, buy Canadian. Have a great day. Bye-bye.